Hey, what's up, guys? Scott here, back with my first video in at least a couple months. Yeah, finally, I feel like I finally have enough content that I could kind of make a new video, kind of a refresher. So, let's not waste any time. So, for the rest of this year, 2023, there are 3 big projects that I'm really looking forward to. I'm calling these like the event projects, or the ones that I kind of want to see again and again, and make sure everybody I know that even remotely likes this stuff sees them if possible. Just that kind of stuff. But there's 3 main big projects the rest of the year that I'm really excited for. They're like uber hype level. So we got Ahsoka, the Ahsoka series, the Marvels, and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So, and we have some new info on each of them. And we've got new trailers, and I have insider information. So yeah, I kind of want to talk about it. All right, so let's start with the Marvels. Okay, so I think either today or yesterday, the Total Film magazine did an article or an expose on the Marvels, and we kind of got some new info. The main thing I want to talk about is the villain. The villain is confirmed to be named Dar Ben, played by Zaw Ashton. She is a Kree. Now you got to remember, the first Captain Marvel film was set like 20, almost 30 years before the main MCU started. The Infinity Saga started with Iron Man. So Iron Man to Avengers Endgame, that whole thing was a span of about 15 years. Because in Infinity War took place in 2018, and then Endgame, you had the 5-year time jump, 2023, so, which is where we are currently. So, that whole Infinity Saga is a span of like 15 years in the timeline of the MCU. So Captain Marvel took place in 1995, the first one, and so, well before Tony Stark ever became Iron Man or any of that, so, and Thanos and all that. So, but this film is set post Endgame. So this is modern day. Carol's been Captain Marvel for over 30 years at this point in the timeline. And so this takes place after Endgame. So Thanos is defeated and all that. So, but Dar Ben is a Kree who wants revenge on Carol for destroying the Kree Empire. Because at the end of the first Captain Marvel film, Carol leaves after she defeats Yon-Rogg and his goons. She leaves Earth and to go fight the Kree throughout other parts of the galaxy, or in space. So Dar Ben by this point has grown up, and she now has formed like a Kree faction of her own and wants revenge on Carol for destroying the Empire. So very similar to Ronan the Accuser from the first Guardians of the Galaxy film. Sounds like very similar motivation, almost the exact identical character, except she's female. So we'll see how that goes. But we got some info on her, and then they said that this film is going to really delve into the relationship between the 3 leads. So you got Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau, who apparently will go by the name Photon in the movie. And she has her suit that we see in the trailer. So very excited for this film. I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding it, but I personally am excited for it. So to see where it goes. So that's definitely one. Next, I really want to talk about... Well, you know what? I'm going to save Ahsoka for last. Let's talk about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Another film that has quite a bit of controversy surrounding it. Mainly due to one person named Amber Heard. Now, I love the first Aquaman movie, and at that time, Amber Heard didn't have near the controversy surrounding her that she does at the time they were shooting this sequel, right? So, and I like her as Mira. I think she's a good actress, and I like her as Mira. And I like the character Mira, and I like her performance as Mira. So, to read that she might have a reduced role in the film, but anyway. So from what I've read and from what I learned from inside sources, Mira is in the movie, but her screen time is roughly 20 to 25 minutes. I don't know what all that screen time entails. I know that by the way, gonna get into kind of spoilers here. So your spoiler warning for Aquaman Lost Kingdom is 1, 2, 3. Okay. I know that she at the beginning of the film, she's given birth to her and Aquaman's son, and then she appears. But other than that, I do not know what all her screen time in the film entails. I do know that the main adventure of the movie is apparently this buddy cop type adventure movie between Aquaman or Arthur and his brother Orm, who is the main villain in the first movie. They have to go and stop Black Manta, who gets possessed by the spirit of this ancient king and wants to restore the Lost Kingdom with this magic trident. I don't know all the details, but apparently Black Manta gets possessed by the spirit of this king, this ancient evil king, and he wants to restore the Lost Kingdom, and they need the blood of the son, of Arthur, Aquaman, and Mira's son. So Black Manta kidnaps the baby, the son, and Aquaman and Orm have to go on this globe-trotting adventure to rescue him and stop Black Manta and this evil king. So that's the gist of the main story. So I don't know how big a role Mira is going to play in the overall story, but I do know from what I've read about test screenings and inside sources that apparently her screen time ranges from like 20 to 25 minutes, which is still a pretty good chunk of screen time. So I'm interested to see that. But all that aside, I'm still definitely excited for the Aquaman sequel. I love the first one. I like Jason Momoa as Aquaman, and that's enough to sell me on it. So, lastly, I gotta talk about Ahsoka. Okay, so we are finally confirmed, and they revealed him in the latest trailer, or the last main trailer. We are getting the live-action debut of Grand Admiral Thrawn, who will be portrayed by Lars Mikkelsen, who voiced him in Star Wars Rebels. So that'll be good. We're obviously getting the live-action debut of Ahsoka Tano, played wonderfully by Rosario Dawson. Love her to death. She's a great actress. I haven't seen anything she's in that I don't like her in. Phenomenal actress. Perfect casting choice for live-action Ahsoka. And we're getting Mary Elizabeth Winstead as live-action General Hera Syndulla. Another great actress. Love her in a lot of stuff she's been in. And then I'm not familiar with Natasha Liu Bordizzo is portraying live-action Sabine Wren, but from what I've seen of her in the trailer, she's going to nail the role. So apparently the story will mainly be these three, Ahsoka, Hera, and Sabine, all teaming up to stop Thrawn from doing Thrawn. So at this point in the Star Wars canon timeline, Thrawn and Ezra Bridger, who disappeared at the end of Star Wars Rebels, have been missing for about 10 to 12 years. So this is about the return of Thrawn and trying to find him and Ezra before Thrawn enacts his big plan. Confirmed villains for this, and then Morgan Elsbeth, who was in the Mandalorian Season 2, where Ahsoka debuted. She's one of the main villains in the series. And you're going to have these two Dark Jedi helping her. So they're all trying to find Thrawn, and it's going to be so good. The action sequences look amazing, really well choreographed. You'll have lots of lightsaber battles, and it looks like, I'm very interested to see, they might be making Sabine Wren force sensitive. And it looks like Ahsoka is going to be training her, so it's going to be cool. Wondering if they're going to push Sabine to like the status of like one of the main heroes of the Mandoverse, which would be cool. So this series is going to have a lot to set up, and I'm excited to see it. So, yeah. So anyway, guys, we got 3 amazing, awesome projects to look forward to, and I can't wait for all of them. Definitely stay tuned. I will probably review each and every one of them. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out.